welcome back to the third quarter of the BOBBY003 show, along with my sidekick, Andrew.
Good morning.
And we need to move along. We're going to get our sponsor, a couple of sponsors in,
How about
and then, if you don't mind, then we'll go into some photos. We've got some friends that's probably been waiting to see that picture.
You got
what I've got to say about them.
Quarters Casino. You go right here north of Opelousas at I-49, exit 23, and go to the Quarters Casino and try your luck, and a little bit of gaming there inside. You can also eat a good, authentic Mexican cuisine in El Pico de Gallo, their Mexican cantina and restaurant with those good margaritas, 2 for 1 with your meal. You also can try, if you go in the convenience store side, you can go get you some good Subway sandwiches, some crispy, crunchy fried chicken, some Stuckey's good candies and snacks. Full-blown, huge convenience store. I mean, you can get any kind of drinks you're looking for, cold drinks or harder drinks. They got that too, and souvenirs. Chevron Fuel, easy to get in, easy to get out, right there on I-49. And one more sponsor. Let's go, while we're going north of Opelousas, let's go all the way to the Steamboat Warehouse. Get mama away from the smell of her own cooking. Go see, I think it's what, 9-time in a row winner, chef, best of the best chef, and best of the best restaurant, and great seafood, great steaks at the Steamboat Warehouse.
Service.
Get you adult libations. I know the Bloody Mary was the best of the best. I think a cocktail that you could get as well. Get that pickle Zydeco inside of your drink. Great wine selection, great steaks, always Louisiana fresh seafood. And he's always doing a little something. He's got those mainstays that you're used to, that great crawfish or great catfish dishes, but he's also doing something a little different each week. Look for that as well when you go to Steamboat Warehouse.
Okay, Investor Bank is gearing up for its Lafayette presence. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, they've opened up their temporary office, and that's on in the Caffrey Plaza on Caffrey Parkway, Ambassador Caffrey Parkway. And that's where the temporary is across the street from the permanent building that's being built. Now, Investor started up in in Baton Rouge, maybe 2006. So it's a relatively new brand into Louisiana. And the way that we got involved with it is they purchased or merged with a bank that we had bought stock in because of J.E. Brignac, Joe Fred and I's partner, was on the board of directors with what was it, Community First Bank out of the Gonzales area. Well, they merged in, and there's maybe 2 of the board of directors on the Community Bank that's now on the Investor Bank, and JE is one of those investors. So we accepted, our stock has been transferred into Investor, and we had made some pretty substantial, for startup business, and we certainly pulling for them. They've brought in their regional president. It's going to be Keith Short. He's got a lot of experience with other banks in the area and out of state also, so he's very versed, and he's hiring a team to handle commercial, mortgage, private banking. In other words, they're going to be a full-scale bank. You'll be able to do most of your transactions on the internet. So we wish them certainly good fortunes, and this is a future home of Investor Bank right there.
There you go. You want to show your photos now?
We can show a few photos.
3 Mile Lake,
3 Mile Lake. I spent a few days there recently. And that is actually, that's the boat shed and the camp of Dr. Joe Savard. Everybody calls him T. Joe. I wonder if
president at UL.
Lafayette. That's right. Purchased this nice facility, and Johnny Fontenot built this boat shed, and I'm having a boat shed built similarly, but mine will just have 1 stall, not a 2 stall, but the rest of it will be basically the same. And we certainly welcome newcomers to the lake, and also to join the group, the association, to keep the place up nice and clean. There's very, very little lilies left in the lake, but they're constantly wanting to come up. But
you have to constantly spray and
about
maintain.
twice a year now. We're doing it, and Pierre Mistro handles that particular area, and he works closely with the people. And any complaints or anything that they back in your area, we'll get the person out there. I've ridden throughout the whole area pretty much in the last week, and it's relatively, there are no lilies out in the open.
And I guess you've got about 195 members right now that are active in the association. Yep. So if you haven't sent your dues in yet, send them in, get your key for the launch.
For the launch. And to help maintain.
Yeah, even if you're not a boater, send in your fee to help keep the lake clean and pretty and nice. And
it keeps the value of your property up.
Sure.
And I took these little pictures with my little cell phone, and that's kind of a small, but this kind of shows you the progress being made on the St. Landry Parish Veterans Memorial Park that's being built. Most of the concrete has probably been poured by now, and the statue is in place, and one of the lights are already in place. The next thing's probably be the flags and all. Then once they put the flag, then they'll have a grand opening.
And they'll put the bricks down with all the names on the bricks. Names,
and it's still time to purchase bricks, and you don't have to be a veteran to participate and help this cause, because there's no government money, to my knowledge, in this matter at all.
This donations.
Is all donations. And
how about this?
Well, I was walking out of the Evangeline Downs. I'd gone to the races. That must have been, I guess that was maybe Thursday night a week ago. And I was talking to this young lady that's Officer Brooks' wife, and he taps me on the shoulder. He says, "You flirting with my wife?" I said, "No, I'm just asking her where's her husband." And he laughed. He said, "Bobby, don't kid me." So anyhow, we had a nice conversation, and come to find out that he was attending the Crime Stoppers Awards banquet, and he was honored as the officer with the Grand Coteau Police Department. Excellent. So congratulations. And then we have another picture here with
Mr. Frank Angel, Deputy Frank Angel, with Paul Mouton in the Marshal's office.
And his wife. Yeah. And then the next picture is the officer that received the St. Landry Parish, one of the sheriff's offices, deputies, is Clay Higgins. He was the deputy honored as the overall deputy, and his lovely wife. And he kind of kidded me. He says, "Bobby, that'll kind of dress up your TV program." Sure. I said, "You're exactly right, Clay. Thanks." And I wish I would have known that event was taking place. I didn't know it was being, because we'd have taken more pictures. I'm sorry. Years ago, you remember
they used to have
Robert Daly and myself,
Day
and we put this on for quite a few years. And then when Robert died, the program died, and that wasn't right. Bobby, you didn't follow through on that. But hard to do everything, and Robert was a big promoter of that.
We also got a photo. This is what, a new horse?
Yeah.
Speaking of sports, the sports of kings.
That's right. I claimed this horse. I spent a big old $3,500. That's the cheapest claiming they have here at Avant. But a nice looking 3-year-old, and his name is Hop Sing.
Hop Sing, like the cook on Bonanza for the cart rides.
That's exactly right. Like and he ran a nice race. He had won 2 out of 3 that he had run so far this year. But he's a cheapo. But maybe I'll get to take my picture. Instead of me taking his picture, we'll take a picture together in the winner's circle. And this is the young lady that heads up the cooking staff on the backside of Evangeline Downs. She makes me the best fried egg sandwich that I can buy anywhere around here. Thanks, sweetie. And this young man right here is Brian Leday. We recognized each other. We had talked together a number of years ago. He used to work with Halliburton, and then he also worked with Schlumberger. But he was wanting to be more with his family on kind of like dedicated hours. When you work with Schlumberger and Halliburton, that's 24/7. You never know when you're going to be called out. And he has a young family, and he wanted to be spending more time, so he opened his own trucking. He hauls new and used vehicles from here to basically Houston, Texas area. Real nice young man, and good luck to you, young man.
You talk about them sending their workers all around. I ran into Slick the other day, and Slick told me he'd been in Oklahoma quite a bit lately with all that fracking that's been going on up there. He says, man, they're sending him out of state quite a bit.
Well, talking about that, Obama, in one of his recent speeches, praised nationwide fracking. That's a little different spiel, so maybe he's seeing the light on that.
Hopefully.
Maybe they'll let that Keystone pipeline, after this terrible
accident in Canada where they're moving fuel by train, which is not efficient and dangerous.
And we see that happening right in Palmetto. They come right on that track right there. I saw maybe 2 miles long of all brand new and dedicated just to hauling the oil. It's a pipeline on the rail, they call it.
Right. And you need it in certain places where the pipelines aren't, but you need to build pipelines where you can have a steady flow.
Up in Quebec, they call it the train from hell that slipped
killed 50, 60 people.
Yeah, and basically burned all of the downtown part of the city just down. It's gone. And maybe this will kind of help promote this Keystone pipeline that it's built to a certain point, but it needs to come all the way to the Gulf Coast to the refineries here. Sure. That's what the whole object is to bring more.
We got more photos. Look at that big tall truck you got there. Yeah, one of those off-road.
Not so bad. Yeah, he must have been going over to one of these mud game weekends.
Oh yeah, they do the big mud festival, I think, down there.
And this was last Saturday night at Evangeline Downs. The older young lady in the picture, it was her birthday, Desiree Atkins, and she is holding Jolie Ferris, that's her daughter, and then the 2 other young girls, Gabriella Picard and how you pronounce that?
Cortland
Picard. And that was last Saturday night, and they were in our company. Good kids. They all had a good time. And we, of course, are going to see these young ladies later on. It looks like Mama wants them in these contests, so we're going to be seeing them. And this is the whole family wanted a picture. And thank y'all for being so nice and friendly, and I enjoyed y'all's company.
Very good. And I think that's all the photos I have, other than maybe 1 or 2 other sunsets.
Well, yeah.
You saw a lot of sunsets this week.
Oh, this week out there on the lake, it's beautiful. That's one right there that's just hard to beat. And I kind of had to talk to Donald Watkins. I heard that he had spoiled Janelle Duplichamp by bringing her fresh vegetables at this time of the year. And I heard from a source that Donald hadn't brought Janelle her vegetables. So Donald, in case you watching the program today, I'm reminding you, Janelle is watching the program. I know that. She's a faithful viewer of the program. And so I'm sure you have something left in your garden. You better get on down to Janelle's home.
We're going to take a 1-minute break. We'll see you folks after 1 minute for the last quarter.